What's good? I'm a Ruthless Addict. It is your girl Tika Deshawn. Thank you so much for tuning in to All Things Ruthless, home of the Ruthless Addicts. While you're here, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for notification of all new content. Alright, you guys, let's get into why we are here. We're here to discuss episode 3 from season 4 of The Oval, entitled Into the Woods. Now let's go ahead and address the title of this episode with that, the Into the Woods, okay? So we got our guys, Alan, Dale, and Kareem, who have made their way into the woods. They decided that they were going to leave Richard and Nancy's home, and because they really don't have anywhere else to go, they decided they're too tired. Let's go camp out in the woods. Now, I say this to say that in the woods, could it be possible that one of them is, or that they are close to the Rakadushi compound and end up, somebody gets snatched up from the Rakadushi and end up catching a beat down? Because y'all know we still haven't really determined who it was that got beat on the Rakadushi compound on Ruthless. Well, anyway, I know we have to wait until Ruthless returns for that to be determined, or if you sit and wait a little bit longer on the Oval, maybe it will be revealed that one of those guys made their way into the woods, too far into the woods, and caught a beat down by the Rakadushi. All right, now, let's get into the rest of the episode. So, the president was able to get out of that sticky situation with the police last week by Alonzo putting the gun to his head, threatening and saying, I will blow his head off, I will blow his head off. That was his way of just making it look as if he forced the president to come to where he was. And on his way out, he decided to throw a flash bomb into the room, which those bombs really, they do make a loud boom, and they also mess up your vision. So hopefully nobody got hurt in that part, but they were able to escape. The president and Alonzo were able to escape. And the president, he was grateful, but then he tends to be a little ungrateful because he said, oh man, Alonzo, you know you're supposed to take my jacket. You left my jacket because the jacket has the drugs in it. Like, president, you a straight crackhead. All you caring about is those drugs. But anyway, they were able to escape and make their way back to the White House, where the first lady was waiting for her husband. Why she was waiting on her husband, I don't know. She know he don't like her, and she doesn't like him either. So anyway, but she was telling him, we have to play the role, that we're show a united front, that we're sad that we lost our son. Okay, we know that you're not sad, but okay. And the president is like that with that same attitude. He's like, I know you didn't care about him. You actually killed him. And if I find out how you did it, it's going to be me and you, basically. So anyway, on to addressing Jason. We know that Jason is in the cabin somewhere, away from the crazy first lady and her husband. And the way they did the switcheroo was because there was a patient, a young man who was in there with cancer, who was dying of apparently brain cancer. So his parents really didn't notice once he actually passed away. They really didn't notice that it was their son. The president, like I said, he questioned the first lady about that, but we found this information out by the two guys that took Jason to the cabin to wherever they were. So that's how we found out how they did the switcheroo with Jason. They used somebody else's body to get Jason out of that situation so that whenever Jason does come to, he'll be able to talk against his parents. Then the final thing, listen, not just the final, but listen, I told y'all something wasn't right. Barry, where the heck is Barry? Nobody knows where Barry is. Barry had been in that house. It was way too quiet upstairs, and they didn't even realize that Barry had been snuck in. Either he left or somebody came and snatched him up, but Barry's nowhere to be found. And my prediction, y'all, we probably won't know where Barry is until season 5. I hate to say it, but y'all know how Mr. Perry roll. He gonna he gonna take us through it and make us question where the heck is Barry. All right. So there was also a crazy moment with our guy Sam. Sam felt like, you know, hey, I need to get out this hospital. Priscilla was there with him, you know, pretty much the whole time. But Sam was like, I got to get out this hospital. They're going to try to kill us. So Priscilla ended up calling the nurse, and the nurse comes in the room, and the nurse kind of getting a little besides herself. Like, I'm like, Sam, I'm not trusting the nurse either. So the nurse is like, well, I can restrain you, and like, you can't force a person to take medicine if they don't want it. I could see if he was being destructive, throwing stuff around, but it wasn't the case. He just wanted to get up and get out of that hospital. So the nurse pushes something into his IV, and Sam is like, almost like he's seasoned or something, but then he comes back and it's like, I can taste it. I can taste the metal in it. It's not right. Priscilla, get this out my arm. So Priscilla pulls the IV out of Sam's arm, and finally he calms down. So the nurse in the hospital could have been on the take with everything else that's going on, and like Sam said, he needs to get out that hospital before something happens. Then the final thing, listen, not just the final, but listen, I told y'all something wasn't right. Barry, where the heck is Barry? Nobody knows where Barry is. Barry had been in that house. It was way too quiet upstairs, and they didn't even realize that Barry had been snuck in. Either he left or somebody came and snatched him up, but Barry's nowhere to be found. And my prediction, y'all, we probably won't know where Barry is until season 5. I hate to say it, but y'all know how Mr. Perry roll. He gonna take us through it and make us question where the heck is Barry. All right. So finally, on the trailer for the next episode, y'all, it was crazy. They showed Eli and Victoria kissing. Like, what the heck is this? Was old girl having a dream that she was kissing Eli, or do they actually have some shape, form, or fashion of a relationship? Y'all, the Oval is getting crazy. I hope y'all were able to tune in. If not, I hope my recap did you guys a little justice. With that being said, thank y'all so much for tuning in, and you already know, you guys stay ruthless.
Your wife had him cremated.
How can someone's child be cremated without consent from both parents?
Where am I right now?